Mine's good.
Hello, this is Math Jazz from Almost Cool, and this has been 3 weeks since our last Stellaris live stream. So, welcome to the reboot of this. We have here with us Diarmid
Hello, everybody.
and Swarmlord, as usual,
Hello.
playing the new beta version of the game. Is that right, Swarmlord?
Yeah, they're doing a lot of bug fixes and whatnot in in beta patches, and so we're opting in, trying to keep our game as stable as possible. Ever since the episode where we came on and suddenly found ourselves with massive negative incomes.
Yeah, I still have massive negative incomes.
Well, yeah, there's only so much we can do for now. But yeah, Galaxy.
You said that there were some big updates on the horizon for Stellaris.
Yes, in fact, one of the things they have released that they are planning on doing with with one of the next major updates is they're going to be tinkering with the crises again. This time they'll be allowing us to mess with the crisis strength. They'll be adding in options that at the game setup that allow you to put the crisis at various points, along with other things. Like you will be able to put how rare or how common primitive civilizations are, and you'll be able to put the crisis strength at anywhere from 1/4 of their current power to 5 times their current power.
Okay.
And they are going to be completely reworking the AI crisis, because as it is not really a crisis so much as an annoyance that with all the events, whereas the attacking crisis itself is relatively minor. Usually by the time it shows up, you have fleets large enough to crush it immediately. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it hasn't been too hard to deal with crises.
well, I mean, even the other two are at least at least hard to deal with. As in, you can't just say, "Oh, I'll just send a fleet there and that'll be the end of it." It's actually, a bit of a challenge. But the what they're planning on doing is they're planning on turning the AI crisis into the contingency, which is an old AI whose purpose is to sterilize the galaxy and of higher biological life forms and control or destroy other synthetic life forms. And it's still triggered by AI technology and whatnot, but it will start off with its own monstrous fleet, and it will actually be a real-time crisis.
System survey complete.
It'll actually be all the it will be as powerful as a regular crisis would have been.
They added the ability to click thousands over. Whoa, you have like no minerals, do you?
System survey complete.
Right.
Incoming transmission.
Give me a moment, and then I'll accept that. I just need to. I have that. Trade.
System survey complete.
I'm just, for some reason, I'm just really hurting for minerals.
Yeah, so I found out something about about the sectors that actually makes rapid expansion a little bit harder and overall. And that would be that the sector AI really hesitates on putting down buildings at the very beginning
Why?
because that's just the way it's set up. It just has a problem doing that. So generally, what you want to do is that you want to instead of instead of just plopping down a planet and sticking it into a sector, you want to at least get it up to the point where it will be able to where it will have the basic buildings down, because then the AI will be willing to actually upgrade the system as it is.
That's kind of ridiculous. But okay, that's good to know.
It is.
It's a little late for me though. I'm not going to be able to buy back all of my systems to rebuild them.
There is very little area I can currently go into at this time. Most likely place is for me to start having. I really would have to expand through other people again, unless I was willing to go and cut Diermut off.
Like the United Havariga systems.
Through the what?
You want to cut through the United Havariga systems?
Oh, no, because that's a little bit farther off. That's a little bit farther off, and I'd have to go through the current Fallen Empire at the moment. Which, while I might be able to build up my fleet back up to the levels where I could actually face them, at the moment my fleets are still not capable of taking on a Fallen Empire and winning.
You don't need to go against poisonous forerunners. You can just, you already bordered them. They're the light blue ones.
Yeah.
System
You just
Well,
have to jump beyond.
they're also one of the people who are actually willing to give me a research agreement. So,
Oh, really?
yes, I'm actually on good terms with him.
They have a negative 190, what's it, 179 toward me.
Yeah, well, he's an evangelizing zealot
How did you like him? How did he like you?
because we're both spiritualists.
Okay.
System survey complete.
Oof.
System survey complete. Incoming
Why are
transmission.
you just stay mad so long when you conquer them?
System survey complete.
Sure, I'll take your. I am getting lag spikes, and I have no idea why.
Assembly process. Okay.
System survey complete.
There are only 2 levels to government, right? Once you've reformed once, you can't reform it again at a higher level.
No, you can reform it. You can reform it as many times as you want. There's a time limit to how many. There's a time limit after you reform it before you can reform it again, and it costs 250 influence per reformation. However, I mean,
Oh, hello, Chef's Gaming. How are you? So, I guess the first question is, do you play Stellaris, Chef's Gaming? Also, you can go on this when we're...
what?
You can go on with what you were saying. We have to wait for a response in the chat.
I have totally lost track of what I was thinking.
We were talking about reforming governments.
Right? You can
Every time you reform, you get a new civics point, right?
No. You
No?
get the civics point is a. It's been a while since you played. You start off with 2 civics points. You get the third one through a specific research.
System survey complete.
You can mess around with what civics you have and whatnot whenever you reform the government, but you don't get more civics points.
Oh.
Anomaly found.
That has to be a bug.
What's a bug?
This is a primitive civilization that has the uplifted trait on it. Unless someone already messed with them. No, they're way up. I have no idea what happened there.
System survey complete. System survey complete.
Oh, Commander Ravelli. Hello. Do you play Stellaris? So, I just found out about draining sector
System
stockpiles.
survey complete.
Astronauts.
Anomaly found.
Yeah, that's a. This is what happens when we go for weeks without playing. Go for weeks without playing. People tend to forget this sort of thing.
No, I don't. Was that a feature? Or is that a new thing?
That was. I'm pretty sure that was around before we left, or at least they were adding it in.
System survey complete.
Right now, I'm just trying to decide if you're crazy.
Oh, so we should probably talk about why we haven't had episodes the last 3 weeks, right?
Pretty simple. You've been out of town.
Well, yeah. I've been traveling. I mean, we just tell you about what I've been doing. So, I went to 3 different research conferences. One of them in Georgia, one in Philadelphia, and one of them in Utah. And I gave talks about my research, which is in, well, oh, what happened to my ship? Oh, weird. Okay, so my research is in model theory, or descriptive set theory. And so I was giving talks about when can we construct certain things and when can we not construct certain things in mathematics. What tools do we need to construct certain objects in mathematics? Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, and I had some adventures with my traveling too. So my flight from a certain airline, which I'm should well, I'll tell the story and I'll decide whether or not to slander the airline later. But there's this airline that I flew to Philadelphia with. I had scheduled a plane ticket to Philadelphia and another one from Philadelphia. And my flight to Philadelphia was delayed by 4 hours. And so instead of arriving at midnight, Philadelphia time, and being able to sleep for 7 hours before going to the conference, I arrived at 4 in the morning, Philadelphia time, and I was not able to sleep before the conference. So I had to be awake and talking about research grade mathematics with no sleep. It was terrible. Anyway, that wasn't as bad as
System survey
on the way
complete.
back. My flight was just canceled outright. And so, but the thing was is that they kept on saying, oh, it'll be just, it's delayed just a little bit longer, and it's delayed just a bit longer. And they kept delaying it until eventually there weren't any other flights on any other airlines. So I had to just sleep in the airport terminal for the night, waiting for the first flight out the next morning on a different airline.
That sucks.
Scientist died. That's sad.
She already know about Just Death?
Hey, I got a research.
Okay. So, who's doing what at the moment? We got any sort of long-term plans, or are we just kind of
I
consolidating?
want to attack the Ray-Bella domains.
I'm just trying to rebuild my influence a bit, so I'm trying to avoid using any while I am trying to get my empire a little better. Because I have some of my plans that I haven't focused on in a bit, and so they're a little behind.
They have everything. I don't have minerals.
How's your energy credits doing?
I produce tons of energy credits. I just don't produce any minerals.
Have you seen any of the what are they called?
System survey complete.
They're the trader enclaves.
No. Where are they?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, go to your contacts and scroll, and if you're set to relative power being top to bottom, it'll be closer to the bottom. I want to see you, just tell me if you see anything that says trader enclave.
I see lots of curator enclaves, but no trader enclaves. Oh, I see one.
Okay, you'll want to communicate with them, and then trade energy credits for minerals. It's 2 to 1, but you get energy, but you get minerals.
Oh, I will gladly do this.
That's what I've been generally doing, except for the last little bit where I set it up so that I have energy credits instead. I'm trading food for minerals.
Cherry fruit pies. Trying to remember which of these bases I built up for purpose.
System survey complete.
Building a fleet.
System survey complete.
Been a while.
System survey complete.
What they really need to do, they need to make it so that it's easy to assign build orders to space stations.
Any evenings that work best for practicing for the 4th of July band?
Not that I know of. I mean, they're all pretty much the same.
Okay.
How long does recently conquered tend to last, or humiliated?
Humiliated? That should show up in your government tab under the modifiers.
Thank you. 2,060 days, roughly. So, okay, thank you. That helps me out. This is a few years.
Yep.
By the way, I did it.
Did what?
Did what?
Oh, reconnected your space?
Hmm.
Awesome.
I'm so proud of myself.
Situation log updated.
Ah.
Research.
I'll be right back in about 20, 30 seconds most.
Aggressive, they're not aggressive. That would be why they're not moving.
So what's going on for you at work, Swimlord?
At work?
Yeah.
Nothing much. It's a grocery store.
Oh yeah, but
System
are
survey
you
complete.
moving up the hierarchy? Are you getting trained on new equipment? Like,
What new equipment? That we barely have enough money, or, well, okay. No, I'm not sure if we actually if it's that we have it, whether or not we have enough money. It's more our corporate office has problems upgrading current equipment in any useful manner.
oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, I actually wish, like, they upgraded our self-checkout machines, and I'm wishing they'd put them back. They cause more problems the way they are.
System survey complete. Situation log updated. Situation log updated.
Hey, nothing lost. Where are my transport ships?
Hostile station engaged.
Well, there's a lot of noise on your. Just.
I'm gonna speed it up fast.
Let's see what happens.
System survey.
Part of the problem is that it's just we've been straight up lagging. At least as far as I can tell.
Feel very poor.
System survey complete.
What? I think it was 2009, my last.
System survey complete.
So, Jeremy, what are you working on at work?
There's a filter company that has one of their bases nearby where we work called K&N. They would do car filters and stuff. We're open. Well, what I was doing on Friday, I don't know if that's what I'm going to be doing when I get in tomorrow, is making a part that we call long nozzles for them. It's a plastic part. It's not super big, but it's a neat little part. If I had a picture, it'd be really easy to go, this is what I'm making.
So it's like a funnel,
Kinda. It's almost close.
and you sell these parts, and they use them to build.
To go into, filters are the biggest thing they make. I don't know exactly what the part goes to, but it's a 3-part thing that we sell to them all at once.
Okay.
My work is interesting. If I could show you, so I can go, this is what we do.
Yes! I cut their main fleet!
Ooh. Gauss cannon is available for me.
Fuck you. I haven't gotten it. I haven't had any of the big cannons. Any of the big ones that have shown for me yet.
Gauss cannon is a level 5 weapon.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, I thought you were talking about like the Mega Giga Cannon for a split second.
Are the Mega Cannon and Giga Cannon considered higher versions of the Gauss cannon?
No, they're the big weapons.
They're the extra large. They're for the extra large slot.
Okay.
Situation log updated. System survey complete. Construction complete. Construction
As
complete.
we get rid of spirituality, my life will be easier.
Construction complete.
So I can get to robots. Because I want robots.
Hostile fleet.
My normal playstyle is robots. I like robots.
You like robots.
Construction complete.
Why am I losing minerals all of a sudden? And I'm definitely getting lags from somewhere, which is really weird because I've upgraded to a wired connection now.
It should be better when I get back in 2 weeks.
Complete.
Then we'll be in the same state.
Well, I mean, the problem isn't... Maybe that's partially it, but I don't know.
System survey
I don't know.
complete.
it on your end, Mathgaz?
No, it's definitely Swarmlord that's lagging.
Not the lag.
Yeah.
Baby sound.
Situation
Oh,
log
yeah, my nephew is here.
Ah!
So,
My sisters are like in love. My sisters are like in love with him.
he is a cute baby. He is 9 months old now.
I still can't believe him walking at 9 months. Well, technically it was a little earlier, but yeah.
Ow.
Situation log updated.
His favorite things right now are bananas and his mom.
Good. Both are
It
good
is
things for you when you're that age.
almost impossible to separate him from my sister.
Mm.
System survey complete. Construction complete.
How's your war going?
This is not a war. This is pest control.
That's good. I was about to say, this is slaughter. No, wait. This isn't battle. This is sport.
Sport would imply effort. So far, the closest thing was when I jumped in and I was trying to annihilate their fleet before they managed to leave a particular system, and my fleet landed right on top of theirs. That was the closest I have come to actually having to put in effort.
Okay, do you know how the temple construct building has spiritual ethics attraction?
Yes.
Is there a building that has it for materialists?
Not as far as I'm aware.
That's lame. If they're going to do it for one, then you should do buildings for others.
I think they do it for spiritualists. Because materialists get just straight bonus to research.
Hmm.
System survey complete.
Makes sense.
Alien
Still
spaceport
sucks.
Engaged. System survey complete.
As soon as I get rid of spiritualism, I'll be able to build robots and then focus on materialism.
I don't know why spiritualists can't build robots. It doesn't really make sense to me. Like, what about like having a group of religious people makes it so that they can't build robots?
That
I
comment.
know it's probably game balancing, but I
Situation
mean, I am totally imagining right now a society where they have like almost everyone is a robot and they're very spiritual. That seems
evading
completely
hostile
plausible to me.
system
Kind of
survey
like
complete.
in the book I, Robot, when the robot that they construct on the star station believes that the boiler of the ship is God and worships it. I don't know why a spaceship needs a boiler. Maybe it wasn't a boiler. Maybe it looked like a boiler or something. Anyway, it was some part of the ship the robot decided to worship.
So right now I have 3 governing ethics. Spiritualist, xenophile, and authoritarian. If I was to do make xenophile my big one, could that in theory get rid of spiritualists?
It could.
System survey complete.
As soon as that's gone, I would be happy because I get my robots and move on. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't mind doing psionics every once in a while. It's just we came into this with a plan, and I wanted to do that plan. I was excited. Then I died quickly. Then, in a plan of pure semi-brilliance, I hopped into this group. And I went, no, they're spiritualists.
Enemy planet.
I'm
secured.
insane, but I'm fun.
Yeah, sanity is overrated.
Agreed. If you're not at least semi-insane, you're boring. This is why we get along.
Okay.
Mom, you didn't see how it started. Dad focused.
Hey, guess what?
Yeah.
I'm now the Fallen Empire. I look at the Fallen Empires, and they are now considered equivalent, supposedly. In fact, going by relative power, no, I'm still below all of them.
Dude, I'd rather not fight you now. I don't want to fight you in the first place, but that's the point here.
Rather not fight me now?
Yep, you.
Although I'm still trying to find out why my mineral income just suddenly plummeted.
Because the game has become buggy.
Construction complete.
The energy drain is so credit, not credit. Mineral drain is so high. Amazing.
Ooh, I'm getting rid of that building.
Complete.
You're getting rid of what building?
A hollow temple. That's going bye-bye. I don't
What
want
is
things to be attracted to spiritualism.
I mean, I'm producing... I mean, I have worlds that are producing over 100 minerals each, and my sectors are giving me over 2,000 minerals. And I'm still... Yes, and I'm still in the
Dang.
negative.
Wow.
Like, some of my sectors are producing all my sectors are producing over 100 minerals a month, but I've got negative, and I have no idea how. I'm sure someone who's watching is going to, or I'm sure someone who will come back later on and just point out, Swarmlord, you're doing this wrong. But I mean, I really just don't know. All of my sectors are even industrial sectors. They are all to focus on producing minerals, and I am still negative.
Well, I finally have positive food production.
Good for you.
Enemy planet secured.
I did not want to do that,
What did
but
you?
I needed. I needed to buy a new scientist.
What did you do?
I had to buy a new scientist. I don't want to do that because I'm trying to save up so I can change my government all the way. Hopefully completely out of spiritualism.
Enemy planet secure.
Okay, I now have positive minerals again, but I literally had to set my my primary race to have impoverished conditions.
Ooh.
That's how freaking annoying this game has become, and I have no real idea how how it's managed to get up this bad. I swear something's gone wrong with the consumer goods because it says, I mean, if you take my total population is, let's go to this, maybe this will tell me. Like, okay, it's actually a lot bigger than I thought. It is, well, it's still about 1,500, I think it was. Yeah, so, yeah, 1,500, about 1,500-ish, give or take. And the game says that I am losing over 2,000 in consumer goods. Despite the fact that almost the entirety of my citizens are all in impoverished conditions.
I just set my default rights as a whole to impoverished just because I'm hoping to get a little bit more.
Situation log updated.
I swear, this is one. There's only one reason why I wish I could do
Could do.
what's it called? I know what I want to say. I'm just drawing a blank on what it is. Where you kill off a tile.
Purge?
Approaching.
Yeah, I wish I could purge so I could just start getting rid of spiritualists.
Sounds like a regular Nero.
Wow.
Well, Caesar.
It does, but luckily this is fakeality.
I don't think I've ever heard that specific term before.
Yeah.
It's something we do that we've done in our D&D game when we're focusing on reality too much, just joking about what we're doing. We go back to this fakeality. Like real, fake, reality, fakeality.
Yeah, no, I get it. Just
never heard it before. Okay.
yeah. The music that's playing right now, I think, is probably my favorite song from the Leviathan Utopia combination. Dragon Breath.
That's a cool name for a song.
What?
That's a cool name for a song.
Yeah, it was the first bit I heard after they said they were putting out more music, and it was just and I mean I just really enjoyed it. It really helped get me hyped for
The expansion.
for the Leviathan's pack when it was first coming out. Seems like so long ago now. Okay. Ugh. There we go. Now I've got a decent income again. I accidentally jumped to the wrong world. Or wrong solar system, I should say.
Construction complete.
How did that war go?
It's still technically going. I'm still winning. The question isn't, am I going to win? The question is, how long are they going to end up drawing it out? Oh dear! Good luck, math! Good luck with that, math. Did you see what just happened? I'm assuming you did.
Yeah, I just had war declared on me by Fallen Empire.
Research complete.
Adaptation, climate restoration. I'll be able to terraform Tomb Worlds with this. And you just straight up gave up.
Yep.
If you can't beat him, it's better than losing your entire fleet.
Just don't die, man.
The only difference I did was that in the past when I had to was I only took the humiliate. Okay, 42 more, and I can change my government ethics one more time.
42. Oh, you mean your influence?
Yeah, 42 more influence points.
Ooh, 12 months and I'll have an ascension perk. Ooh.
Nice.
You realize this ascension perk, I will fully awaken as a psionic.
Construction
Nice.
complete.
Scary thought for us, but nice.
I'll fully be able to access the shroud. Get psionic tech, psionic jump drives, psionic shields. Possibly get a psionic avatar and all that fun stuff. I would get stuff that is far beyond you.
Oh, yes.
You petty mortals who only think on one plane. Oh.
Interesting.
What?
Not you. It's something else.
Enemy planet secured.
I'm going after their fleet again. Their fastest way out of the system is through my fleet.
That's not very good for them, is it?
Nope. Sadly, the majority of my fleet is
I
actually...
finally reveal a strategic resource, and I can't, and there's none in my area.
What strategic resource?
Which one did I just? Which one was it?
Cause I know how you feel. There's
Actually, no, two. There's two, but one's just out of my area. Dark matter
oh, that's it.
and cetramine gas. But there's one just outside my area from cetramine gas that you can get.
I haven't actually bothered. There's a few that I
And I
haven't.
just found one dark matter that's just barely out of my area.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to do that sort of thing. Just outside your area, as in like in one of those black holes that's like this. That's to your north.
My area. It's just barely out of my area. Like if I take a single planet just a little lower than it, my area would influence would probably just go just into it. And I don't want it for any reason particular except for
It buffs
it
physics.
helps. Yeah. And now I'm setting up to try and find neutronium.
Research agreement with the Mengetti has run out. Let's offer trade deal.
You already have jump drives?
What?
Situation log updated.
You already have jump drives?
Yeah, had jump drives for a little while now.
I need 7 more months. Come on.
Whoa, I lost 4 Corvettes there. I actually lost 4 Corvettes. All cultist class. AKA the class that I literally made that class specifically just to combat the Fallen Empire, because just having a lot of, it's actually spamming Corvettes is a legitimate strategy for a while. The only reason it's not indefinite is because you know, it's actually it definitely, it's building Corvettes can be the most cost effective if you don't lose any.
But when you lose any, it takes forever to have to build them back at the least.
Yeah. It's specifically, I was watching this guy on YouTube, and he was along the lines of that building just the unmodified Corvettes, preferably laser or a mass driver over missile, but just unmodified Corvettes, and only unmodified Corvettes would actually be the most cost-effective way to build a navy. And I can agree with him up to a certain point. The problem is he misunderstood. He seemed to have forgotten that it takes that it takes less time to build an equivalent fleet power if you use multiple ships. I've got an ascension perk.
Nice.
Let's see. Boom.
Construction.
2 more months. Come on.
The Uri species has experienced what can only be described as a great awakening. For a time now, we have been aware of the great psionic potential inherent in our species, but such powers have only manifested themselves in a small minority until now. Almost overnight, Eurytonians everywhere have unlocked their full psionic capacity. It is as if some sort of... Ow. Stupid thing. It is if some sort of communal pool of Uri psychic energy finally reached a critical flipping point, collectively awakening the latent abilities of our brains. Telepathy has already replaced most verbal communication between Eurytonians, and this is only one small example of the innumerable changes our society is faced with. We are now tied together in a way few of us could have ever imagined. The veil has been lifted. So yeah, I am now fully psionic.
Yeah,
I am very much annoyed.
Why?
Spirituals did not go away.
What? Which one went away?
Totalitarianism.
Ouch.
Construction complete.
So I'm just gonna work with spirituals, and this time and next time I'll aim for robots because this is annoying.
Yeah, no, it's...
If I can still get rid of it later, great. But I'm just gonna focus. But if I end up spirituals before robots, whatever.
Oh, here we go. Like a muffled whisper in a dark room, the shroud calls to us from within our minds. It is a primordial realm of pure psychic energy that came into being at the dawn of time. All creatures that have been gifted with psionic abilities tap into the shroud in some way to draw power, even if only subconsciously. Since our transcendence, we have begun to see the shroud with greater clarity. There are patterns where once even our sharpest telepaths could only see a formless mass of swirling energy. There are other things as well. Spirits of a sort that gaze back on us from the other side. Sometimes with curiosity, sometimes with kindness, and sometimes with malice. We are still in the process of learning the extent of our new powers, but it may be Frick it! But let me see. But it may be possible for us to commune with these spirits. It will require the combined efforts of our most powerful telepaths. Issue the special project, Breaching the Shroud.
Situation log updated.
Does that cause extra? Does that cause a disaster?
It can if I do things. If I do the horribly, horribly evil thing.
Construction complete.
What's the horribly evil thing?
There is a sub-faction within. There are groups that you can align yourself with inside the inside of the shroud. And one of them, it straight up tells you, don't do this. This will be bad. But you can do it. But you can still do it. If so, it will summon It will summon a creature that is like a fleet power of over 100k. After a 50-year period. During that 50-year period, I would be nigh unstoppable. But after that 50-year period is done, I would be basically the entirety of my empire would be gone, and there would be at least one being that would be worth a fleet of about 100k, just roaming around killing other people.
Special project complete.
Oh,
That does sound bad.
frick! Everything's going on again. Yes, wish to extend deal. Okay. After days of being locked in a hypnotic trance, our psychics in the conclave of telepaths... why is this so loud? Why is my music so loud? There we go. Our psychics in the conclave of telepaths have finally managed to open a brief gateway into the shroud. Now that we have established an initial psychic link, we will be able to access the shroud through the contacts menu in the future. To make any kind of meaningful forays into this realm and meet the beings who dwell there, we will likely have to make use of special psionic emitters to extend our psychic reach. This will consume a tremendous amount of energy. Time to reach in and see what we will find. It costs 1,200 minerals. That's less than that's like 2 months worth. I control. It's the more Zro I have, the less it costs for me to reach into the shroud. The shroud is unbelievably strange and unsettling, but also immediately familiar. Anyone with psychic powers will have seen this place in their dreams, though they likely did not know it at the time. We linger now at the precipice of this realm, not far from the empty void of the in-between that serves as the boundary between here and normal space, or what we would call the real world. To venture deeper into the shroud will require great effort on the part of our telepaths, as well as a large amount of energy. We must not dally. Even now, we are being watched. I'm going to reach into the shroud. In one of the lower planes of the shroud, we encounter a spirit that has ensconced itself behind some kind of powerful psionic shield. Leave. I can attempt to penetrate the shroud, or I can exit. I'm going to attempt to penetrate the shield. Ha ha ha! We did not venture this deep into the shroud only to be turned back now. After channeling all of their psychic might, our telepaths were able to form a breach in the shield large enough for some of them to peer through. We do not know what those telepaths saw on the other side of the shield, but it was enough to permanently unhinge their minds. Their sacrifice was not in vain, however, as the act of breaching the shield taught us how to generate a similar force field. If the technique can be refined, we may be able to form psionic shields large enough to encompass entire starships. I just gained the tech psionic shields.
Nice.
First shot in the shroud.
That's pretty cool.
Yep, psionic shields, which 600. There we go. Derp.
Construction complete.
It's unfortunate. It's only on par with the enigmatic fortress tech. So in other words, I already have something as good as the psionic shield tech. Oh well. There it is, the shroud. Oh yeah, it will take a couple more years before I can muster the psionic strength to mount another expedition into the shroud. But hey, and I've almost finished my war. My species is psionic.
I'm not having any trouble wiping out either.
The guy you're at war with?
Yeah.
That's because he keeps sending his fleets towards my forces.
That's a good thing. Oh, you made peace. That's good.
Yeah, I need to pause the
you?
game.
Oh, you do?
There we go.
Okay.
Game's paused.
Okay, why is the game paused?
Because I just I just finished my war, so I need to
Organized all of the.
Nice.
Right?
I need to expand sectors. No, manage sector. There we go.
You took a big chunk out of them. So, if I get everything that I try to plan, I'll go up to Soval, Scythe, Orglian, and Grant. Then we've only like 4 systems to the enemy.
What?
Said, then if I get everything that I'm trying to get, then it'll leave only 4 systems to.
His name?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm good. Go ahead and unpause.
Okay.
Thank you. I was about to attack some more aliens. Just beta aliens, which I think are space cows.
Why would you attack Space Cow?
But I'm taking them down with overwhelming force.
Yeah, but they got rid of it.
Yeah, but with them in the system, I can't survey it.
I didn't know that.
Ah, I keep getting that. Where did all my minerals go?
Construction complete. Debris analyzed. Construction complete. Construction complete. Construction complete. Construction complete.
Wait, what? You want...
Construction.
Yeah, that's well.
This moron decided that after he closes borders with me, he wants me to join in a war against another empire.
That's interesting. No, you can't come in. But please die for me.
I heard like nothing from that.
Oh, I said that it's really weird for him to go, no, you can't come into my borders, but please die for me.
System survey complete. Construction complete. Construction complete. Construction complete.
Michael, I got 2 hours. Okay, can you finish up?
Well,
Construction complete.
guess what time it is?
Oh,
It'll be
I
quite
guess
2 hours since we
it's-
started.
It's about as close to 2 hours as I can afford today. But yeah, so let's pause this, and we'll have to see how this war that I'm in goes. I think both of you aren't in any wars right now, right?
no.
Okay. Well, we'll be able to pick this up next week, and see
No,
how
I
that
thought.
goes.
Well, I
Yeah.
we might be. We should be able to. But we also know that we promised to do some stuff in the last couple of weeks, and we never actually got around to it. So, but we will definitely be back the week after, because week after Michael will be back in and won't be on a trip anymore. And yeah,
Yeah, that's true. So,
So-
we will at the very least in 2 weeks we'll have a new live stream, same time, same day, and we might be able to do one next week. We'll find out. Anyway, so I hope you all enjoyed watching this episode of the Stellaris live streams, and we will see you next time. Bye.